Good afternoon. Welcome to our last Monday Facebook Live of 2022. 2021. I don't even know what year it is now. I got this. I feel a little festive. Very festive. We're on the home stretch. Kids are off school. My house is an absolute mess. I'm hoping they cleaned some today while they were off. We've got a few more gift ideas if you haven't got all your shopping done yet. If you're not shopping, that's okay. These are just ideas for next year. Or for after Christmas when you get gift certificates. All those good things. So I'm going to give you a tour of some of the fun things that are kicking around the store that I don't necessarily find when we do a store tour on Monday. And I wanted to give you guys an overview of upcoming classes, which is usually easier to do with a calendar in front of me when we don't quite have the samples made. So that's what we're doing today. And then I'm going to let you know that there's going to be very limited Facebook Live next week between Christmas and New Year's. We might pop in one day next week, but mostly we're taking the week off of that. We've got fewer staff around the store next week, so we're taking it easy next week. But the store is open between Christmas and New Year's. We're open Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Wednesday. There's a Wednesday in there. I know how the calendar works. And both Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve we're open 10 till 3. So shorter hours both those days, but we are open for last minute needs like thread if that's what falls into a last minute need for you. So without further ado, I'm going to talk classes first, and then we'll talk all the little gifty things hiding out behind me. The e-news that went out on Friday has an absolute ton of information in it as far as what's coming up class-wise in the new year. And if you're looking for an idea for somebody who doesn't need things, maybe get them a class. Definitely worth looking into. There's lots of options coming up, and more in the works. They're just not actually scheduled yet. So I'm going to switch to that, which should get us to the calendar. So if you land in our online store is where you land when you find us online, mysewingroom.ca. Our online store, you can easily get to our class calendar, which is under classes and events down here, this lovely little tab. You can also get to it through the more info clicky box here. Both those will get you where you need to go. So classes and events. Let's take a little tour that direction. We recorded almost all our classes that we ran in 2021. So if you missed a class because it didn't work with the days of the week you were operating, or that you had off, or you just didn't even know we had classes, you can go back and back register and still take those classes and still get teacher support. We have an education email address just for such things. So there's stuff coming, and there's stuff already recorded. So we're going to talk about the new stuff coming, and it all starts January 2022. It starts early in the year. The very first thing we have coming up in the year is My Punny Valentine. It's a one-day Kimberbell event. And we jumped through some hoops at a dealer training thing with Kimberbell. So there's extra goodies coming with this. I'll pull those over, and oh no, maybe I'll pull those right now. One of the coolest things in here, I'm gonna switch to blue for just a minute. My Punny Valentine event kit is coming in a limited edition tin. It's totally adorable. There's also a bullet journal in there. We pack your stabilizers. There's a little treat from Dawn upstairs. So if you wanted to give somebody a class for Christmas, for this particular class, if you're going to join us virtually from home, you could pick up that kit and have that wrapped under the tree and say, hey, I booked you into a class for January 6th. You just might need to make sure that whoever you're booking into the class is available that day, but we're recording that as well. So even if they're not, you could still get them registered and signed up. 3, it's really more like 5 embroideries through the day. There's the pocket on the apron and the little patch on the apron. 3 gift tag pockets and the glasses holder. It's pretty awesome. Super excited about that. And then there's always a bonus CD available if you spend enough on Kimberbell product during the event. And the only way to get that bonus CD is to attend and shop during the event. So that is coming up right away, very quickly in the new year. Limited kits left. We're well on our way to sold out on that. Also starting in January, we've got a few new year-long or several month programs coming up. The ones that are scheduled at the moment are all embroidery related. Lots of times our embroidery companies have programs we can present really pretty easily. So those are the easiest ones to figure out and to slot in. And then we do have more stuff coming, but it's more internal and a few more moving pieces to work with on those. So the Oesd Stitch Party Volume 2 is our second run of Stitch Party from Oesd. The first one was a 7-class series. This one is a full 12. And you can pick and choose. You can either take each class individually, one at a time through the year, if there's only a select few that you'd like to take. So that would be $25 each. This is a program where we expect you to sew along and have a pretty much completed project at the end of the class. So the first one is a reverse applique notebook cover, and it's a really funky it's a really nicely finished design. There's no sewing to be done afterwards. It's completely finished and you just get to slide a notebook into it. So good talk on different stabilizers that you can use for such things, how to manage the cork. Those are some of the things you might learn in that class, because you can totally embroider on cork. It's lots of fun. So this program, Oesd Stitch Party 2, 25 for each individual class. If you did all of those, that would be 12 times 25 would be 300. But if you sign up for the full year in advance, it's just 240. So discount rate to sign up for the whole thing, and then you're good to go. You'll get access every month. If you miss a month, it's all being recorded. So the supply list will be out probably tomorrow. I have both my versions of the supply list in the building now, not one at home and one here. Starting on the 13th of January, I'm super excited about this program. We have a lovely brother educator joining us for really 9 months of content. She's joining us once a month for a class. Some of those classes run over 2 weeks. But we're starting this off with Leanna Kirky from Brother in January with her trunk show. So the trunk show, if you just want an overview of what the whole program is going to be about, you want to see a little bit more about all these projects, see what tools you might want, see which projects might interest you the most, join us for the trunk show. There's a small registration fee just so that we know how many people are there, and we have a cap on Zoom for how many people can attend virtually, and we need to make sure we have space for our instructor in there. But 8 projects, and some of them are scan and cut projects. So if you have a scan and cut that you're not entirely friends with, the scan and cut related projects in here would be absolutely fantastic for you. There's projects in here that cover digitizing with PE Design 11 software, which is a full digitizing package, and you can go right from an art file all the way to an embroidery file. And there is some projects in here that focus on some of the functions on some of the top of the line machines. That doesn't mean you can't do them with other brother machines, just means you might need an extra step or two along the way to get there. So the first one we're doing in February is the commemorative event wear, and this is the picture with the little tiny moose and the one wearing the onesie. This is going to talk about blanks and those sorts of things. So that'll be the February class, and then they cycle through. These are all up on the calendar throughout the year, but the trunk show is really the place to start. So again, you can register for each of these classes individually. at $50 a class, or you can register for all 8 for not $400. I believe it's $300. And that'll get you the trunk show and all 8 classes for the year. So that's starting right away here. And Leanna's fantastic. I've had classes with her before. She knows her brother machines. She knows her brother software. And it's going to be good. I'm very excited for that. So that's coming up. And also coming up, we have lots coming. Also coming in January, that's embroidery related, software related. Bernina software. We're coming up to the end of the availability of Bernina V8 Designer Plus software, coming into the launch of V9. But there's a whole bunch of users that I've spoken with over the last little while who aren't super comfortable with their V8 software and not getting everything out of it that they want to. So if you want to know more about digitizing right from a basic standpoint, but you haven't invested in it, or you have invested and you're just not friends with it yet, or you just want a refresher, whatever the case is, we're doing a Bernina V8 new owners class. So this will be set up how I've been teaching software most of the last year with our Bernina Creative Studio series, where I walk you through all the steps in the notebook, give you my commentary, make sure that you understand where we're aiming and how to get there. There's a lot of new terminology when you start digitizing. So even if you just want to know more, you could sit and watch this class and play along. So there's a trial version available of Bernina V8 software on Bernina's website. You could get that and take the class with a trial version of software. And there's a different price. If you already bought software from us, the class fee is just $50. If you bought your V8 or V9 software elsewhere, the class is $125. And if you decide to buy software right afterwards, because you're like, oh, this actually looks like a ton of fun and this is what I want to do, we'll give you a $75 credit on your software purchase before February 21st. Apparently that's the magical date I put in there. So this is running over 2 weeks, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., both the 14th and 21st of January. Also at the end of the month is our last section of Kimberbell a la carte Part 3, so that's Dealer Exclusives Volume 3. So we're doing a Sweet Feet class and a Hello Winter Bench Buddy. So our a la carte classes, we do require that you drop a USB stick off physically at the store. That's the licensing with the Dealer Exclusives program. And then we'll load the design and send you on your way. We have Volume 4 starting in February, and that's ready for registration as well. But I don't want to overload you with everything all at once. That is also coming. So more stuff coming. There's also a Digital Dealer Exclusives program coming. We'll have information out on that a little bit later this week. We're not running it as a true class. Wait, let's go see. I put a date in here for the first embroider along with it. It's in March. Oh, no, that didn't make it to the calendar today. We were working on other things. One more Kimberbell event is scheduled and ready for registration. If you have been drooling over bench pillows and Kimberbell quilts, but nervous to get started, this No Place Like Home event should be on your list of things to do this. March is still spring. March is still winter. Still winter on March 16th and 17th. So it's like a mini bench pillow, or not a long bench pillow, but a square bench pillow, or a mini quilt. Lots of the techniques in there will be infinitely useful if you're wanting to play along with some of the other fun things Kimberbell does. So this is available, ready for registration. I know there's a few people enrolled already. So that's up and running as well. Anyway, lots of class things coming. So if you're not sure what to get somebody, get them a gift certificate. Tell them it's for a class. Make them come sign up for a class if they like taking classes. All our classes in the coming year are going to run in a hybrid format. what that means for us is, ooh, I need to go back to that tab. Sorry, train of thought. It flittered away. Hybrid format classes. There we go. Sorry. Hybrid format classes will be running virtually if you want to join us from home, as well as limited in-store seating following local guidelines for health and safety, which currently includes having to show your vaccine records before you come attend a class in person. That's what that is. Kimberbell, I see a question over here that I will try to answer. So Kimberbell, there's a multitude of moving pieces right now. A la carte is just designs every month with a class that you get to watch. We're recording those. So that's a la carte. Just about finished a la carte part 3, moving into a la carte part 4 in February. It'll run for 6 months. There's 13 designs in there. The digital dealer exclusives that we'll have more information out later this week is multiple options about how you consume that. You can pick and choose the individual designs, kind of just the ones you want. There's a fee for just that. The designs are being emailed to you directly from Kimberbell after we collect payment. The magical day that will happen every month is the 7th. That's the magical day I decided, based on sometimes the 1st falls on a weekend, which really, the end of the month always sneaks up on me anyway. So I don't want to commit to doing things on the 1st of the month. It doesn't work in my life. So that's on the 7th. You also have the option to sign up for the whole year in advance for just designs. And that means you'll just get your designs every month on the 7th for all 12 plus a bonus. The bonus happens in July. This was a whole discussion last week as to why that is so weird, but the bonus is in July. There's number 13 happens in July, number 12 happens in December. That's just how it is. And then we're also giving you guys the option of buying a kit. So if you like getting all the supplies, fabric, blanks, the first month has an embroidery, a Kimberbell embroidery hoop in it. If you like getting all of those things, we do have a kit price for the year. Kits are valued at about $35 a piece, and regular price on that would be $420. If you buy before the end of January and sign up, the price is $350. So essentially like 2 kits for free. And then those kits will be coming as well. So if you like having all the little fiddly bits already pre-cut, ready to go, that's how that will happen. But there won't be individual kits available month by month. Excellent question, Anne. If you drop off a USB stick, we can give you all the designs up to the point that we have launched them. So we're not releasing designs early, but you could leave your USB stick with us and come pick it up at the end of the series if you only come to town once in a while for a la carte. So yes, you can totally get those designs. You have to show up once to drop your USB stick off and once to pick it up later on. How long that is in between. There's a couple people who've left me their USB stick for a year now and they haven't come to get it. So we're flexible on that. But yes, you could still play along with that program in the new year. So it's a lot of, if you have questions, email us. We can clarify. There will be more information coming out on digital dealer exclusive this week and more clarification on a la carte as well. And the ladies up front know their stuff, so ask away. They can give you a hand. Some of the things coming up in a la carte volume 4. I have a few samples made. A few samples all finished up. So this is a little tiny lace envelope. It was a lot of stitching. It was a lot of fun. I have no idea what month this class is. Making samples in no particular order. So this is all lace. Little tiny buttonhole in it. So that would hold a gift card. It's cute. Coming up in February, we've got quilted embroidery leather. So there's a Kleenex holder and a luggage tag. I don't have anything. There's a clear pocket there in the luggage tag. I don't have anything in my clear pocket yet. So those are coming up in Kimberbell Volume 4. There's also a couple super adorable little onesies using Kimberbell's infant romper blanks. There's Mommy's Knight in Shining Armor. Daddy's Little Princess. They're adorable. They're so sweet. So that's coming up. This lovely little gnome is part of Stitch Party. He's got a little standy thing so he can sit in a plant pot. And then I've got a whole bunch of other samples here. But I have way more stuff behind me that I wanted to mention before I leave you guys for today. So if you haven't got the stocking stuffer thing sorted for this year, we have more options. We've had some cool stuff come in. I'm going to take the display apart because I can't reach otherwise. What else is brand new? Okay, in no particular order. We talked about soak when the soak wash first came in. Soak wash is lovely. It's a made in Canada soap and fabric care line. There's flatter in that line. There's a few other things. There's a hand cream. This little stocking stuffer size package would be a lovely little thing to throw in a stocking. Along the lines of fabric care and magical things, one of the best spot removers ever made is Grandma's Secret Spot Remover. This takes spots out of absolutely everything. Old linens don't need to be yellow anymore. So there's more in the Grandma's Secret lineup. There's jewelry cleaner, just arrived in store today. Miracle Moisturizer. And goo remover. Because everybody needs goo remover. There's always a time when that's necessary. So those came in. I thought these were an absolute scream. These are bobbin boats, so these would fit kind of a class 15 bobbin or a L class bobbin. Not the really big Bernina bobbins and not the long arm bobbins, but bobbin boats. Clip all your bobbins in there. I probably wouldn't float them down a river, but I'd float them around in my cabinet. So I think those are adorable. That would fit in my cabinet for Christmas, or my stocking for Christmas. As much as all of us who sew lots and lots usually have a good supply of thread and pins and needles and all that good stuff, if you're tired of all your loved ones asking you to mend for them, maybe you need to get them a little mending kit. They can put it in their travel bag. It's nice and tiny, just enough thread to sew a couple more buttons on. So that's a Christmas one. There's a few more styles out there. We have some fun little marking tools that quilters don't always pick up for themselves. These are Specialty Marking Tools Alpha Biddies. They've got all these little tiny letters, so you can keep track of your block numbers as you're sewing. The magnetic pin holder that is sticky back. Oh no, it's suction back. So this would be a really lovely little gift in my stocking. There's at least 2 places in my room where I frequently drop pins and a little suction pin holder where I can just toss pins at it would be very helpful. One of them is next to my embroidery machine, the other is next to my serger. This would be a great idea. We're restocked on wool ironing mats. So this is a 9x9 wool ironing mat. This is a size we haven't had in before. But this is nice and little. It wouldn't fit in my stocking though. It would have to go under my stocking. So that's okay. Maybe not in your stocking, but just in general, nice to have. We've got wine glasses. So what? Block upside down. Finished piecing. So what that wine glass says. Quilt happy. Also some great mugs I've mentioned before. My favorite gift is always new rotary blades. Love getting new rotary blades when I don't have to buy them. You get an individual blade. Maybe somebody desperately needs a pinking rotary blade. They're lots of fun. So rotary blades usually come in singles, 2-packs, or more. So, oh, there's a 5-pack over here. So there's options. Rotary blades would make an excellent gift. If you know what machine your family runs, bobbins. More bobbins. You can never go wrong with more bobbins. We've got lots of bobbins in stock. They fit in stockings really well. Wonder clips fit in stockings really well. You can never have too many wonder clips. Feel very strongly on that. I need more. What else do we have? Even just a little tiny pair of specialty snips. So these are squeezy thread snips. Side hoppers are great for cutting tiny little jump stitches and embroidery. Those would be awesome. So those are some of the brand new things. One of the other funny things that came in just today. These are adjustable ear loop toggles. So in here, these are for mask making. We're gonna go with the assumption that masks will be here forever in some way, shape, or form. But if you need to make some more, these have an adjustable toggle for the ear, and then multicolored or all black. The all black and all white are much harder to see, but they come in 50 packs, so that's essentially 25 masks. And then if you're buying the colored set, they come out like this, easily adjustable. Sew those 2 loose ends into the side of your mask and you're ready to rock and roll. And they're elasticy, so they're not going to hurt your ears a whole bunch. So those are really cool, and they just arrived today as well. So lots of stuff is here. Lots of stuff is moving. If you're not sure what to get somebody, grab them a gift certificate. If you know they want sewing things, but they haven't told you what, grab them a gift certificate. We've got cute little gift certificate holders for Christmas, and then they can come back in whenever they're ready to pick their own present. So that's what I have for you guys today. I hope everybody's doing well. Deep breath. We have a few more days before Christmas. I have to go home and wrap some presents and make stockings that I started in May. I'm not gonna lie, not ready for Christmas. Shopping is done. Nothing else is. But yeah, we're here all week, and we're here between Christmas and New Year's, and then back on the 4th after the New Year, ready to rock and roll with all the new 2022 things coming your way. So if you have questions and you see something you want to get in your hands, give us a call or email order desk, and we'll get you all the info you need to try and make the next few days as smooth as possible for you guys. I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening. Be safe.